Hi everyone, and welcome to Nursing 700. I am excited to share this course with you, and this is a brief overview of the course itself to help you to navigate through and give you the aerial view of the course and where we're going to be going over the next 8 weeks. So the course itself is called Ethical, Legal, and Social Justice in Leadership, and of course with that title we have one module that is focused on ethics, one module that's focused on legal aspects, and then one that is focused on social justice. With that being said, our fourth module in the course brings everything together. So we are really scaffolding throughout, and in actuality, we're going to reach back to some of the information that you've gained or how you've grown through the immersion process and some of those activities involved in the immersion. So as we dive into the course itself, the nuts and bolts are included on the course calendar. So the course calendar is divided by modules. There's a brief overview of the focus of each and every one of those modules, as well as the dates for that module. Within the modules, there are the possibility of two different forums. And this course is really unique where we're using your assignments as part of the forums along the way. So not only are you doing activities, assignments, but you're learning from each other and each other's activities and assignments. So it's really important that we have that really productive community of inquiry with open, inquisitive views, as well as respect for others' different values and beliefs. So that is something that we really hold in high regard as far as respect for each other, and we learn from each other, so we want to have a very safe environment for our discussions and have those critical conversations that are so important through leadership. So with that being said, each one of the modules is broken down by dates, and you will find that we are going to start out with introductions, and you'll go into the forum and introduce yourself. Feel free to use the video notes in the forums to do your introductions, and then we also have a forum within the time frame, and the dates are listed here and what you need to do. So initially, you will respond to the questions that are included in the forums, and most of the forums do have choices for you. So you may choose those that are most important to you. Those questions that are most important to you are the materials that are valuable to you and your practice. And with that being said, we learn from each other, so we're dividing and conquering. So there's different questions, so you can learn from your colleagues as well if they choose to answer a different set of questions. We will need to finish up with The Immortal Life of Henrietta Lacks, that book, because in the second module we're going to be diving into some discussions that are based on the book. So this is just an overview. Please either download this, print it out, mark your calendars, because this has your schedule for the entire course, and this will keep you on track. And I have included prompts within the course to provide redundant information to you so that it's in more than one place as far as when things are due, and to make it easier to navigate through the course. So as we go back into the Start Here section, you will find our syllabus as well. And this is where you have the course description and our aggregate outcomes for this course, along with the student learning outcomes. And then we also have specific objectives for each one of the different modules that correlate with the student learning outcomes and the aggregate outcomes. So everything is tick and tied together to make sure that you meet those competencies and those goals that we're assessing. And the assessment or the evaluation methods are listed on the syllabus as well. So we are going to be doing our forums, which are also the discussion boards, same thing, our social justice interview, our legal aspects PowerPoint, as well as our ethical mission and vision statement. So those are the assignments and the activities in the course. When we flip back, you will find the required textbooks as well, and make sure that you have these particular books. And if you have the audio book for Henrietta Lacks, that's perfectly fine. I just want you to know the information and be familiar with the book, because we're going to have discussions. And of course, the Grace textbook is what we will be using, as well as the Code of Ethics. And of course, the APA manual, we will use that consistently throughout the program. So one thing, make sure that you have the Code of Ethics, because we're going to be using it throughout the program as well. So many students, of course, purchase that particular book and keep it because it's very valuable. Also, you'll find the different rubrics for each one of the assignments in this area, and you'll also find the different rubrics within the assignment links. So they're in two places, so you can kind of start familiarizing yourself with what we are requiring or what the assignments include as we move forward. So just know that all the rubrics are listed here. I've embedded lots of tips for APA. There are tips for success. There's an overview of the entire APA manual. There's a reference guide, basics of APA. So just know those resources are right here for you. So when we move on to the leadership modules, you will find that each module is set up the same. We're focusing on the overall outcomes, and within this module, the different objectives that we're going to be addressing. And there are quite a few materials within each one of the modules for you, not only the must-do things, but also within content folders, there are resources there that may help you with some of your assignments, some of the discussion boards. It's additional information that you may find to be very helpful to you in your area of practice as well. So just know that in the content folder, there are lots and lots of resources for you in each one of the modules, and they are there for your use. So just know that they're there, and please do access them, because some of the materials are extremely helpful as you move forward with some of the assignments, some of the different forums that we may have, and you may want to relate back to some of these materials as we move forward with the course also. So going back to the leadership module, you'll find that there are always a beginning to each one of the modules, and it's think about your thinking, because reflection is an invaluable tool as a leader, and is especially important when we're examining really how we think. And this is exceptionally crucial when we're examining factors that our culture, our values and beliefs may differ from others. So it's really important to know our own thoughts and values, as well as keeping them in check so we're not passing judgment on others, that we're seeking to learn from each other as we're exploring different ethical issues. And the hallmark of ethical issues is actually that there's no right answer, right or wrong. There may be a right or wrong in some cases, but very often it has to do with the situation, one's cultural values and beliefs, and their worldview. So just know that when we're examining ethics, there are very many different lenses, so to speak, to actually examine different concepts or different issues. So keep that in mind. So, as we get started as leaders, we are indeed mentors. So, we need to think about how we are as a mentor and how we can promote not only our own careers, but help those to grow within their careers as well. And as far as each one of the modules, there is a module overview, and just know that that is available. And then I also have resources that are needed to complete the particular module. So just know that some of these resources are part of the forum. So I try to make sure that all the information is real and relevant for you and will help you to build your skills. And we will be learning from each other, as I mentioned earlier. So just know these resources are available in each one of the modules. So that's the brief overview, so to speak. So if you have any questions, concerns, please do let me know. I am looking forward to sharing this course with you. When you open up the modules, make sure you take a look at the overviews and what is required in that particular module. Let's just pop into our discussions to start out with. And you will find when we're doing our opening thoughts, I have the dates that things are due highlighted for you. And this is our opening thoughts and our introduction, so feel free to use the video note option. And then as we dive into the different forums, as I indicated before, there are sets of questions, so you may choose one or the other sets to respond to. And just know that I've included information as well when the activities are due, and you will respond to the questions first and then have interaction with your classmates. And we would like to see 2 total interactions with classmates on at least different days, so we're not just posting and not going back, because we need to learn from each other. So that's the purpose of having the responses on 2 separate days. So I am really looking forward to our conversations, and they're always really engaging, and we all learn from each other. So take care and let me know if you have any questions.